Hey everyone! So today's video is on how to catch a cute cross-dressing girlfriend. I get a lot of comments and messages from both men and women wondering how they could get a cute cross-dressing partner. A lot of times for the women, they're looking for somebody kind of part-time that'll still be like a man some of the time. And a lot of times for the men, they're looking for somebody that'll present femininely more of the time. Before I get into it, I just want to clarify that this video is about cross-dressers and not trans women. Cross-dressers and trans women are completely different. A cross-dresser is a guy that either dresses femininely or like a woman, but identifies as a guy. And a trans woman is a woman that was simply assigned the wrong gender at birth. So trans woman is a woman, a crossdresser is a guy that just sometimes presents femininely, or maybe they present femininely all the time, but they identify as a guy. A lot of women simply love cross-dressers. And a lot of times they're not very open about it, just as a lot of cross-dressers aren't open about being cross-dressers. They're looking for somebody that can be both a friend and a lover that appreciates a lot of the things they appreciate in life. A lot of the cross-dressers being in the closet and a lot of women not used to making the first move, that kind of causes a lot of complications with pairing people up. And this is something that goes regardless of sexuality for a lot of women. Even a lot of my lesbian friends joke around, call it lesbian sheep syndrome. The fact that like they'll match with a girl they like on a dating site, or even a friend they know in real life that's also gay, and neither of them makes the first move. So a lot of cross-dressers are waiting for the man or the woman to make the first move, and a lot of women wait for the guy to make the first move. And a lot of times for a cross-dresser, it's kind of complicated because they don't know if somebody's interested in them. So it's really, I feel like, up to the other person to make the first move. Men that are into cross-dressers, they'll usually be more assertive and they're more likely to make the first move. The downfall for them is sometimes they can come off a little strong or too sexual right off the bat. And for the cross-dressers that are interested in men, that can, kind of scare them away a little bit. It is important not to assume anything. Different people cross-dress for different reasons, and them cross-dressing, that doesn't say anything about their sexuality. So while there's plenty of gay and bi cross-dressers, most of them actually happen to be straight. So before you pursue one, it might be good to know what their sexuality is or if they're interested in your gender. So yeah, it's best just not to assume things. Crossdressers are all over the internet, but some of the places are much better to meet someone, especially someone in your area, than a lot of other places. Take Reddit, for example. Reddit, you can find lots of beautiful crossdressers, but it's probably not the best site for connecting with them or finding out where they're from. So while you might see lots of beautiful pictures, you're probably not going to have the best luck finding a partner on somewhere like Reddit. Forums are also not a great place to meet crossdressers. A lot of forums aren't really about meeting up with people. They're more about talking about issues, feelings, things like that. So a lot of times those spaces are mostly for like the people in those communities. Not to say that forums don't exist for dating crossdressers, but for the most part, you probably won't have the best luck finding a crossdresser on forums. Some dating sites are a lot better than other dating sites. So if you take something like Tinder as an example, Tinder is a terrible place to try to meet somebody that cross-dresses because on Tinder it kind of just shows you like random profiles. So the fact that it's showing you all these random profiles, the odds are not in your favor. Now, if you are going to go onto the App Store or just do a Google search and look up like cross-dresser dating, you'll probably come across a lot of dating sites and apps, but most of those are not good at all. A lot of them you have to pay to message people and they're filled with bots and you probably won't really make a real connection on most of them. What I would recommend instead is a site like, say, OkCupid or other dating sites that have options that allow you to search by interests. So by typing in something like cross-dressing, it might bring up profiles that have that in it. So that would allow for you to more likely find a cross-dresser is being on a site that allows you, such as OkCupid, to search by interests or keywords. For those of you over 18 that are looking for a cross-dresser that does it sometimes like part-time, mostly in the bedroom, you could try like a fetish site or a kink site like FetLife. That would probably be a great place to meet someone over 18 that does it part-time in those circumstances. If you're a geeky or a nerdy person, you could try conventions, especially like video game or anime conventions. There's a lot of people that do what's known as crossplay. So crossplay is dressing up as a character of a gender that you don't identify as. So like for instance, women might dress up as male characters and men might dress up as female characters, and this is pretty accepted in those spaces. So if you're looking for like a geeky or nerdy crossdresser, that might be a good place to find one. And especially if you enjoy dressing up yourself, like, that would be a really good place. Some bars do have cross-dressing nights. It's important when looking these up to consider that they'll probably most likely be in cities, and they're usually not too often. They might be like once a month, if that. Sometimes they're once every few months, so that's definitely something to check out if you're over 21. Goth bars and clubs tend to have a lot of androgynous men in them that wear makeup and some men that cross-dress. So if you're looking for a cross-dresser, local goth bar or club might be a good place. Goth spaces are generally pretty open-minded and accepting, so a lot of people tend to gravitate to those spaces. If you do meet a cute crossdresser that you fancy, communication is key. Make sure to let them know that you are interested in them in that way. Especially if you're a woman, it is especially important because just because you might come off flirty, that is not enough for a lot of crossdressers. A lot of women just want like a feminine friend, so a lot of crossdressers don't like to assume things. So you have to really be kind of blunt about finding them attractive. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully this video helps some of you out. Now go out there and catch yourself a cute cross-dressing girlfriend.